Hi class. So far you have completed your informative and your persuasive speech. This speech of a tribute speech is a short, sweet speech. You don't need an outline, you don't need a PowerPoint, and you don't need a live audience for this particular speech. So let's take a look at it. What we're looking at in this particular chapter is special occasion speaking. So we're going to look at 6 different types of special occasion speeches, last one being your tribute speech that I would like you to create and deliver and upload. This is the only speech in COM 101 where you define your audience. For instance, you are in a sense, I don't want to say making up, but you're creating the speech and you're deciding to whom you're speaking this particular speech to. So you want to think about what works best. As we know with audience analysis, that you want to think about the narratives or the examples that you'll use that will work best for this particular speech. Usually family, friends would be a tribute speech, would be the audience for a tribute speech, but it just depends. So speaking for special occasions, we're going to briefly look at these 6 special occasion speeches. When you need to welcome somebody, welcoming speech, the goal is to greet and welcome a person to an organization or place. So let's say our president of the college was visiting our COM 101 class. This was a live traditional class, and he was coming to visit for in the class. So we want to welcome him. You want to know the organization that you represent, so that would be your speech class. The occasion for the welcome, perhaps you are having a special presentation and you wanted him to be part of it. And you want to also know an understanding of the person or the group that you're welcoming. So obviously you want to know about President Ski and who he represents and what he does. So when you welcome this person, you want to express appreciation on behalf of the organization. So you would express your appreciation on behalf of the class, describe the group you are welcoming. Okay, so you'll describe who President Ski is, the setting in which you're in, which would be speech class, and then, briefly conclude. You want to express the outcome of the particular visit. I hope that you enjoy our presentation today. We're honored to have you in our class. We're honored to have you as our president of the college. So whatever it would be, that's the steps that you would take as far as a welcoming speech. A speech of introduction. Okay, so the goal is to have your audience become more familiar with the biographical information that establishes the credibility of a person who is there to speak. So in your speeches, in your informative and persuasive speeches, you are asked to establish your credibility in your introduction, to state why you are credible to speak. Now, if you are a speaker somewhere at a seminar, let's say, usually you would have somebody introduce you. And this person will establish that credibility. This person will offer a speech of introduction. Very short, but it's just to establish why that person is worthy to speak to that particular group. Establish the nature of the occasion, why that person is speaking there. The credibility of the speaker, obviously you highlight his or her credentials, the main things the speaker is going to talk about, and why, again, they are worthy to speak about it. And then obviously the topic and the title of the presentation. Sometimes too, what you can do is, say what the outcome is and what, how other people have reacted to that particular presentation by this credible person, but it's up to you. And it's real important though that you keep it short, within 1 to 2 minutes when you're introducing someone, because that's what the main presentation is of that person. Speech or presentation acknowledges someone and presents them with an award, a gift, or a prize. So you're presenting them with an award, a gift, or a prize. Perhaps you have had to do this in your organization at one time, or in school. You want to discuss the nature of the award, the history, the source, the donor, discuss the criteria for receiving it, like what was the whole criteria and why did this person receive it, and then lastly describe the recipient of the quality of this person who received it. Good example would be Academy Awards or global awards. I think I'm saying that right. I'm having brain freeze right now. So those type of awards, or perhaps you have received an award as a Girl Scout, a Boy Scout, or at work. You never missed a day of work, and here's an award. So presentation, recognition, Golden Globe Awards. That's it, guys. Sorry. Okay, speech of an acceptance. So you're on the other end and you're receiving this particular award. You want to acknowledge the receipt of the award. Obviously, think about Academy Awards, Golden Globe Awards, how they acknowledge that receipt of that particular award. 3 steps. Thank the person who's granting the award or the group. Express your feelings about receiving the recognition, how you worked hard to receive the award, or how you're feeling that particular time and how you're so overwhelmed with joy and honor. And, most importantly, you always want to acknowledge anyone who has helped you receive that particular award or recognition. So important to include all those who were involved in this particular award or helped you gain to where you are at this particular time to receive the award. As you know, it could be from God to your mother, to your father, to your kids, but obviously it's your colleagues and those that who are also involved in that particular this award. Toasts. Okay, so perhaps you had to give a toast as a best man or best woman at a wedding or a celebration. So you're paying a tribute to the person or the occasion. A very brief, 1 minute, 2 minutes. It depends. You know your audience, you know your family, you know the wedding. It just depends, but usually not very lengthy. You want to be sincere. You want to express some type of sentiment to the person or the couple. A lot of times you might tell a couple stories or give an examples, or this is a good time to bring in humor when you are providing a toast. The key here, though, you do want to keep it positive. You do want to express your sincerity to whoever it is, whether it's a person or a couple in this particular toast. Tributes and eulogies. So what we're asking you to do is speak 2 to 3 minutes and pay tribute to someone. And this tribute could also be a eulogy if you would like to provide a eulogy. Most students pay tribute to someone that is close to them, someone that that has been a mentor, someone that they may admire. If there isn't anybody who comes to mind in your immediate family or friends or in your past, sometimes I have students pay tribute to a particular artist, someone who has motivated them to produce something or work harder, or it could be somebody that they have never met, and in a sense, how did they motivate them to do something. So the goal of a tribute is to praise someone's life and their accomplishment. The goal of eulogy is given at a memorial service, obviously, or a funeral in remembrance of that particular person. So your tribute speech, and we call it a speech, it's only 2 to 3 minutes. You're going to follow the same format of your other speeches, your introduction, body, and conclusion. You can look at the rubric. You see that we ask you to start off with some type of introductory statement. Before you be sure that you tell your audience to whom you are paying tribute to with that person's name and perhaps your association with that person. So if you're paying tribute to your mother, obviously you would start off with some kind of introductory, tell us your mother's name, and then it's real important that you bring in these positive aspects, these key accomplishments. Why should you pay tribute? Why should we believe that this person is being paid tribute to? Why is this attribution being made? So Highlight some of the aspects of the person's character. Support it with in-depth biographical information. Again, you know, a little bit of background about the person. Doesn't have to be fully in-depth, but just a little bit of background. And often presented with narratives or stories. So it's always good to plug in some type of anecdotal, little narrative, a little story somewhere in that 2 to 3 minutes in the body of that particular tribute speech. And then at the end, you want to conclude, like you've been concluding with your other speeches, in summary of why you pay tribute and in some way to hit home. Okay, so key elements here, guys, with your tribute is that obviously you need to know the person. You want to think about, you know, 3 or 4 key elements, accomplishments, aspects, positive attributes that you're going to highlight in that particular speech. You follow the structure, and lastly, you will then deliver your speech following the good delivering techniques. Look at the rubric. Again, you don't need a live audience. You don't need an outline, and you can record this directly in your recording area. Okay, have a great night, a good day, and good luck with your tribute speech.